Hey, welcome back. I'm DM Scotty. Welcome to the DM's Craft, episode 9. Today I was going to be kind of short and sweet. I wanted to show you this gate I was going to make. It's called a portcullis. And basically, if you don't know what that is, it's a gate that's typically on the front of a castle. And it slides up and down, and it has sharp bars that come down through the center of the gate. So those inside can see out of the gate, but those outside can't get inside the castle. So I was going to make that for today, and we'll move on to making the portcullis. Here's a drawing plan of my portcullis. I'm going to have a base, which is made of cardstock. Then I'm going to have a frame with 2 center bars, and then I'll have bars going through the center of the portcullis, and they'll be pointed on the bottom. And that's kind of my starting plan, and now we'll move on to the construction. I've got my materials to start. I have some cocktail or sandwich sticks. These are a little fatter than your standard toothpicks and a little longer. I've cut my pieces for the portcullis gate. This will be the top piece, and these will be the middle pieces. Now, the trick for this is we want to thread these cocktail skewers through the pieces of the gate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top piece, and I've marked on each side where the pieces of the gate will come down. So it will be like this. So this will be the top, and these 2 pieces will be the sides of the portcullis. And then these skewers will go through the center. Now, so what I'm going to do is take these off, and I'm going to start skewering the top piece. So I'm going to put one over from the mark where the side of the gate will be. Then I'm going to go count over 2, and then put another piece. And then I'll count over 2 and put another piece. 2, another piece. 2 again. 2 again. So I get all 6 in there. Now, I want the center reinforcement, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the center piece, and I will start threading it. And it's every 2 corrugation holes I'm going to stick the skewer through. So right now you're not trying to glue anything, you're just trying to get it lined up. So it looks like I've got that lined up. So what I'll do is I'm going to push that up. Push the screws down a little bit. And you notice that is too long for the piece, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're just trying to get it skewered. We're just trying to get it threaded. So it should be pretty easy to do this one. So there we go, got that. So now I've got all 3 pieces skewered on there. And these pieces are longer than the top piece. That's easy to take care of. I'll just mark those. So now, when I cut these off, they'll all be the same length. So now I'll move to that step. So here we are. Now this may seem kind of a weird way to do it, but I'm going to take the stakes out of the gate. Here's my top piece, and here's the 2 pieces I marked. So I'm going to cut those. I wanted the frame to the portcullis to be a little thicker, so I made it a 1/2 inch, and I made the reinforcement bars in the center 1 centimeter. So now I've got the reinforcement bars. I've taken the iron bars out. So what I'm going to do is glue the whole frame together. So I'll put this like this. Just like this. So it will look like that. It'll basically be like that. Now I'm going to glue this final edge piece on. A bit tricky, you want to make sure you get everything lined up. So there we go, we've got that. Now I'm going to glue this edging on the outside of the portcullis. One nice thing about this edging is not only does it hide the corrugation in the cardboard, but it gives a little bit of strength to this. A little added extra strength. And I'm just going to glue one edge at a time, make sure it's secure. And there I've got the top secure, and I'll glue this last edge. So there we go, I've got all the edging on the portcullis, and I'll just snip this extra stuff off here. So there we go. So now, I'm not going to put the bars in yet. What I want to do now was I want to do some reinforcing on the door, so I'm going to use some more of that cardstock, and I'm going to measure. I'm just going to put it across and then measure. Now with these, I think I'm going to use the white glue just so it'll be a little easier to get it on. So let's just add a little extra detail. I'll do it again. I'm just putting that in the center of each reinforcement bar. That will also give this portcullis some extra reinforcement. And then I'll do the last one up top here. So there we go, got the reinforcement pieces on there. And I will do the other side, and then we'll move on to the next step. Now the gate is all ready to go. I've got the frame and I've got the barring going across each support. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue these sticks to the gate to make it a portcullis. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue the top. I'll just put a bead of glue across the top. And if I put them in each support beam, it'll be kind of messy, so I'm just going to put it on the final. Should get plenty in there. So now I'll start putting every two over. Okay, so I've got all the bars in the portcullis, so as you can see right there. Now I've got the base here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the portcullis to the base. but I'm not going to do that yet. I painted the base separately, the cardstock base separately, because it's going to be like a stone texture, and the portcullis is going to do like a metal color. So I'm going to paint it separately. So what I'll do is I will base paint. I'll let the glue dry, and I'll base paint it black, and then I'll use a gunmetal to make it look like a metal gate. So make sure that when you have your bars in, you put it down, stand it up, so you make sure all the points on the bars are reaching to the ground, and that's all you need to do. And we'll let that dry, and then we'll move on to the next step. Here's my finished portcullis, and you can see I have a little figure here for scale, so it's pretty large. So I've got the features I've got on here. I've got just the cardstock base, and then I have the skewers, the sandwich skewers going through the center, which are like the bars. Then I've got the frame, and then some iron banding that I put on the doors, which is just cardstock. So basically I just painted the frame a brown like a wood. I did the texture paint on the base. I painted the banding and the bars a gunmetal, and I painted some banding around the edge a gunmetal also. So that's all I did, and I got a nice looking little gate there, and all set for the games. And since it's not attached to a tile, we can use this over and over again. Just make it once and use it for as many other applications as you want to use it for. So there we go, and thanks for joining us for the DM's Craft.